Alright guys, so 2020 Honda Grom, 125 cc's. Yeah, this is going to be the first ride video. As you can tell, it's a little dirty. It has been ridden a few times, so I guess it's not really a first ride video. There's about 28 miles on the bike so far, and this is going to be the first long ride so we can get that break-in done. Break-in for this bike is going to be 300 miles according to the manual, and it does have this cool flip out Honda key, so that's pretty cool. You want to hear the startup of this thing? There you go. As you can see, it is 450 here, and it is 28 miles on the odometer. I have ridden, 1 bar of gas. But we're going to go visit my buddy real quick and help him out with something on his bike. And so I thought it to be a good opportunity to talk to you guys about this bike. So this bike is known pretty much in the United States as a fun stunt bike for people. I would say a lot of people start off on this bike here, but they don't. Usually they start off on something like a 300cc or a 600cc. However, I do understand that in other countries they're not allowed to start on bikes like those. They have to work up to them. So this is going to be a review pertaining to that aspect of it. A lot of people here in the United States use these bikes as fun toys, kind of like how what I plan on doing with it, and stunt bikes. And so you do have your left and right indicator here. It is like a normal, I guess, non-Harley bike, so it is on one side. It is on one side, and you do have to cancel them. You do have to cancel them, like I said. Something I'm still getting used to with it. It's not something I'm used to. Harley spoiled me with that. Both Harleys I've owned, they had automatic cancellation, so that was really cool. So as for the engine, it is labeled as 125 cc's. However, it is 124 cc Honda engine, single cylinder, pumping out a whopping 9 horsepower. And so as for the cluster that you have, so you have select, so you can change between trip A, trip B, and total. You do have set, so you can change things such as the clock and resetting your tripometer. You have your turn signals over here, as I mentioned. Then you have high beam, low beam, then obviously kill switch and starter, and that's really it. It's a pretty bare bones bike. You got these interesting mirrors that are only on there for legal purposes. It is a 4-speed transmission, so 1 down, 3 up. However, if you do end up getting the 2021 model, they did switch to a 5-speed transmission on that one. So that's just a noticeable difference, or a notable difference if you are getting the newer model. And the fairings and everything did change also on the 2021. It looks slightly different, more boxy. Other than that, it's about the same. It's same engine. And so this bike does come in at around, I believe, 250 pounds, which is I figured would make an interesting video given that I am about 250 pounds. So I weigh as much as the bike here. When I picked it up, I did throw it in the back of my Tahoe, and so if you guys have a smaller vehicle or, you know, an SUV, that's something you could do. You don't need a truck to pick this up, because as we'll discuss in a little bit, the top speed on this thing will not allow you to get on the highway or the expressway around here, especially in Texas. I did top it out at 55 miles an hour. It did take forever to get there, and like I said, I do weigh 250 pounds. This is stock bike. Nothing has been changed to it yet, which is why we're trying to get the break-in miles done, and so that way we can get some goodies on it, which I'll have coming soon. And so yeah, you do have the horn, you know, a little train horn, or a little Thomas the train horn, I guess I should say. The front brakes, you know, they do their job. Suspension's really squishy, especially with a larger guy like me. I'm probably maxed out, if not very close to it. And so yeah, the front brake is, you know, that's where you get most of your power from. I don't feel anything out of this rear brake, and I'll be completely honest with that. I've tried using just the rear brake, and literally I feel like it doesn't stop me at all. This bike, brand new, does come in at around $4,400. There were some rebates going on where you can get it at around $441. This is the non-ABS model. ABS is offered. Most people who buy these bikes here in the United States do not get the ABS model because they want to do tricks and have fun on it, and ABS takes out that enjoyment on a small bike like this. So that's something to consider if you are, you know, in a different country and this is going to be your first bike. You do have that option for ABS, and so that's something to consider. So next up, we're going to get on the feeder roads here, and I'm going to show y'all my top speed, if I can get to the top speed I got yesterday, or if I can get a new one if we go downhill maybe. So another thing you will notice if you've ridden bikes before is that these levers feel very flimsy. So the rear brake just feels very, I don't know, there, and then the shift thing is just there. It's also kind of hard to with the neutral, like it's easy to get into neutral, but you have that indicator doesn't always pop up. As you can see, it's in neutral right now, but you know what they say, only fools follow the lights. So if you've been riding before, or if this is, you know, a different bike for you but you've ridden, you should know when you're in neutral. You should know how to test for that. So that's just something for the newer riders there. You do have a cable clutch, as you can see here, for adjustments. Obviously your normal brake lever. It does have a seat for 2-up. I don't think anyone will really be riding 2-up on a Grom. However, I have seen it done, and if you're my size, you definitely will not be riding 2-up. So far, that's what I've got. Right now, we're just cruising on the frontage. We are probably about half throttle, maybe 3/4 throttle, going uphill in 4th gear, and you know, chugging along at 40. Chugging along. Now we're going downhill. Same amount of throttle, 46, 48, 50, well, 40, yeah, 50. Now we're going uphill again. Now this is full throttle. Slowing down now. 46, 45, 44. Come on. The little engine that could. 42, 41. We're getting to the crest. Yeah, 41 is how much it decreased. So it decreased too. So we went from 50 to 41. Yeah, 10 miles. I'm just going up that hill. But it's the little engine that could. Like I said, it was full throttle. The RPMs weren't all the way up. The bike is very forgiving. If you do stall it, it doesn't jerk you forward that much. I'll demonstrate that right now. You know, just shuts off, turns right back on. Pretty simple. Let's just get in this lane. So yeah, a pretty simple little basic bike. If you want something to tote around on, have fun, probably learn wheelies on, this is definitely a bike that you should consider. The accessories market for it, the aftermarket accessories market, is huge for this bike. You can find literally anything you want for this bike. And if you are considering this as a first bike, it's not bad. Especially if you're in a smaller city, you don't intend on going on highways and expressways, because you can't do that. It's definitely something to consider as well. See, total on 52 miles an hour. If you're a bigger guy like me, you'll probably want to get more torque out of the gearing. So what you'll do is you'll lower the teeth in the front sprocket. And if you are a smaller guy and you want to get more top speed, what you'll do is you'll go up teeth in the top sprocket or the front sprocket, and that'll give you a higher top speed. And so those are very easy upgrades. They usually cost about 15 to 20 bucks depending on which type you get, and if it's the front or rear, what type of metal you get, how many teeth. So that's an easy upgrade that will allow you to adjust the riding capabilities to yourself for your specific situation, whether you're in the city and so you just want to go you know, faster, if you want to accelerate from the red light faster, or if you're in a like a city like Austin with more expressways and stuff. If you're a smaller guy, you could probably get that top speed high enough to where you can go on the expressway. I wouldn't recommend it personally, but it is doable. And they do have big bore kits and exhaust tuners. Said every upgrade that you could think of on a bike, they have for the Honda Grom. Suspension wise, people do usually go with a brand called YSS or Öhlins. Those are the most popular ones that people tend to do on Grom. So yeah, there's just a lot of upgradability on this bike, and if it's your first time getting a bike, it's a cheap entry and lots of room for growth on it. So with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. If you liked the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.